What's happening, all you stoners and stonettes in YouTube land? It is April 2nd, 2016, and I am about to head out to the Reschedule 420 rally at the White House. At 420, there will be supposedly a mass smokeout, which will be interesting. There will be a replica 51-foot joint, which I can only assume is a foot for every state plus DC. So it should be interesting. I've already got my own preconceived notions about the purpose behind this and whether that's an effective method or not. I don't think that a smokeout is necessarily an effective method in the nation's capital, because of the conservative nature of a lot of people around here. And, you're just smoking out in front of a bunch of tourists and their kids who don't really know what's going on. Might not necessarily always be a cool thing. It's different if it was like a festival and, scheduled for this, so people know this is going to be happening. So if they don't agree with it and they want to keep their kids away and then they don't want their kids to see a giant 51-foot joint, they can do that. And it's their right to be able to do that. So whether this is going to be effective or not, I don't know. I don't really think it is. We'll find out. So I might go to this and my ideas of it really be changed. But as it stands right now, it's like things are changing. We don't need to push the point. Some things, the point needs to be pushed. This isn't one of them. So civil disobedience is appropriate in a lot of things. This is not really one of them, and I think that it goes a bit too far. But we will find out. I am not going to be taking part in the smokeout myself. I have, done my own part in being arrested in the past for possession and stuff like that. So I don't need to go through that again. And I'm not going to go through that again. And honestly, I feel, getting arrested in Washington, D.C. for possession of marijuana is just stupid. Because, Washington, D.C., even if you're on federal land and everything, it's still going to say that you were arrested in Washington, D.C. after marijuana possession is legal. That's just stupid. But, hey, we'll find out. We'll see what happens. I'm going to keep an open mind when I go to this. Despite the things I just said, I'm going to keep an open mind. I'm going to bring you all the details of it, some footage of what I see there. Definitely pictures of the 51-foot J. I'm excited about that, But, yeah, so we'll find out about how this goes, and I'll get back to y'all. Yes, stoners and stonettes of D.C. North can be south, south can be north. Up can be down, and we can find where we're going. Gravity can be on top of you, even when dabs are present, and you can still find where you're going. So we're at the rally to see what's happening, and I'll get back to you. Yes, public speaking at its finest, marijuana demonstrations and anti-abortion demonstration things going on simultaneously. Interesting society we live in. So are the anti-abortion people going to light up too? We will find out.
But recently as eating, sleeping, forgetting and protecting
targeting kids. I wish I had some pot gummy bears right now. That'd
we
be nice.
need to understand this is a...
And in Washington and Colorado, it matters who is in the White House. It matters between the Republicans and the Democrats. So please don't sit it out back whichever Democrat it is, because that's the only way to get real action on this issue. The Republicans will...
Stoners and stonettes up there on YouTube, I lied. I am actually going to smoke now. You know what? I feel good. I'm in the mood. Blessed. So I feel totally weed now. I'm going to take a toke. I'm going to do some dabs. And I'm going to smoke. As you see, my fellow stoners and stonettes of YouTube, I am back from the Reschedule 420 rally. It was a good time. The police and Secret Service stood by as people lit up and peacefully protested our government's unjust schedule of marijuana as a Schedule 1 substance, along with LSD, heroin, is stuff that it just doesn't belong there. Come on, man, it does not belong there. If anything, we could be a Schedule 2 substance, and I would be happy with that. It shouldn't be on any of those, but I digress. It was a really good time. The police, they just stood by when around 4:15, when that time rolled around, they kind of circled around the group of people. There was a good fair amount of people, I'd say about 50 to 100 or so, there smoking. So they just kind of encircled them and stood by to make sure, I don't know, they thought maybe someone would go crazy with the local weed and start like stabbing people or something. I'm like, it's like no one in there had like bath salts or K2. I was like, they would have been immediately tossed out. People would have smelled that shit and been like, get the fuck out of here. We don't need no bath salts or K2. So everything I smelled there, I didn't smell very much swag. You know, people of DC, good for y'all for bringing the good shit to the rally. You know, I'm proud of y'all for that. You know, I had my little shatter pin there, and despite what I thought, I actually hit it when the time came because I felt so moved and in the spirit of the events and what's happening that, you know, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stand in solidarity with these people here, and I'm going to hit it no matter what I previously thought about this action before I came. I even spoke before 420 happened and group, and just everything reminded me of the people out there who get federal funding for housing, people who are disabled and people who are sick, people with HIV and cancer, who receive federal funding for their housing could get kicked out for taking their medication, for following their doctor's orders. You know, they say a doctor recommendation and everything, but that's not the way we used to say. It's like, follow your doctor's orders. It's like doctor's orders. Doctor's ordering you to go to bed, so you got to go to bed. The doctor's ordering me to smoke this Silver Kush right here, which I picked up from Capital City Care. The Silver Kush was blessed there. Doctor's orders, to my doctor. Now, I don't know if it was just because this Silver Kush here has been blessed, but damn, Capital City Cultivation, thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, 5 stars. You got it right. You finally got it right. I have had 3, maybe 4 iterations of the Silver Kush from them. This is by far the best. So if you can get down there to pick up some of the Silver Kush, I would highly recommend getting down there before it's all gone, because it's going to go quick. I'm going to go get some more myself Monday. So damn sure I'm going to be down there at noon Monday to pick me up some more of the Silver Kush, because it's that good. But, so, and I go back to the rally. I spoke with some people from Alternative Solutions there, and they explained to me why the hash was as dark as it is, why the rosin and shatter is as dark as it is. And everything. Okay, I understand that the way they're making it is from their ice, their dry ice, and then taking their dry ice hash and then turning it into the shatter and everything. Okay, fine, it can be dark because of that, but the burnt taste and everything, that's still, I think, on them. And the shatter I had with me at the time in my vape pen was actually pretty good. I am enjoying the Goji OG. It's a little bit better than what I've had in the past. So yeah, the cops, they just stood there. Everyone, you know, celebrated and, you know, stood up and said that, you know, this is what we believe in, and, you know, damn the government. If you don't like it, you know, you can come and get us. And you know what the government said? Go ahead and do it. You know, because they just didn't want to put anybody in jail for smoking some plants, you know. Good for them. So everyone out there, just, you know, be grateful that everything went smoothly according to plan. And hey, maybe President Obama was looking out the window and say, you know what? I'm going to think about rescheduling marijuana. And we're going to wake up tomorrow morning and we're going to find out he has signed a decree that reschedules marijuana from a Schedule 1 substance to whatever, because he does really have that power to do that. So, maybe, but until that time, we can all stay stoned.